Hi.
Good evening, and welcome to all of you viewing, doctors especially on Facebook, and this is live,
Um,
and
okay.
also in YouTube. So I've already shared in Telegram, our Telegram group, that we're going live, and my special guest is Dr. Aniza Heidi. Hi, Aniza.
Hi, everyone.
We are going to talk today about TPAs. Okay, now before, as all these people in YouTube say, before we proceed, yes, thank you. If you like the video, the YouTube algorithm will help spread the video. So I think Dr. Aniza has made a little video of the presentation. So we're going to play it, and if you can take the trouble to watch, and then she will also comment, and then maybe you have some questions we can ask either in Doc's Facebook or in YouTube, and we can bring it up. Okay. So we'll start whenever you are ready, Aniza. You
Yeah,
can hit the
okay.
play. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. So this is a short video that I did on the TPA topic, which has already been brought up quite some time ago by Dr. Raj, President of NCCN, about 2016. So let's the video played out. It's also done by Syed Muhammad Fazil, who is with Media Special Health Committee. So the topic is third-party administrator. So what is a third-party administrator, TPA? Basically, it's a company that provides operational services such as claims, processing, employee benefits management under contract to another company. It's a business. There's a bit of a lag here. Basically, they make commissions from the premiums paid to insurer for health coverage, and they also charge specific fees to doctors or general practitioners. So as mentioned a bit earlier, the background is basically what Dr. Raj had brought up earlier way back in 2016 and 2017 as published newspapers. So we are having issues that remain largely unaddressed. As can be seen by the market shares increase from 1997 to 2014, it's up to more than 10% now. We had previously brought it up in town hall with the Minister of Health, but it was brushed off as anyone who was there noted. As basically between a contract between the general practitioners and the TPAs and the companies involved. The four main reasons why TPAs are engaged basically is to initiate more patient flow for doctors and private healthcare facilities. Is to help companies, and it's also to gather more data.
Aniza, I'll stop here. There's some feedback that the background is too loud. So I'm
Okay.
going to turn down the volume a little bit of the background. Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
ready when you are. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll
We go to the previous slide.
Yeah. Cut down the volume. Yeah. Thanks for your feedback. Those who are watching, we will.
Or maybe we can do the PowerPoint presentation instead of the video. That one has no
yeah. You
Okay.
go ahead and reshare the PowerPoint.
Okay. Let me see here. PowerPoint.
I can share for you if you like. I've got
it. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I can share too. 1 second. Okay, you just tell me which slides you want to.
Okay, this one, yeah. Sorry, I think maybe I can share this one because the fonts are bigger.
Can you share yours? Okay.
Okay, yeah, never mind. We'll just stick with this one, the one that you shared just now. It'll take too much time. Okay,
Sorry, I
this is
shared the
the
wrong thing.
video.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this is the slide that was interrupted just now. So it's basically to create more patient flow for general practitioners and private healthcare facilities. It helps companies to manage their workforce through tax relief and human resource management. And they do go about this by having attractive packages so that the companies will engage with TPAs. And it's also attractive to employees to stay on. Okay, so the next slide. So basically, issues that have been come up from the writers of the GPs is that there's high registration fee, which can range between 100 to 2,500. There are different procedures for submission claims, and each of the 30 TPAs that we know have their own regulations. And this sometimes causes confusion for doctors and people who are in charge at clinics. Okay, the next slide. Okay, so this is actually part of the survey results. So most of the time, the GPs have problems because there are limits imposed on the consultation fees. Roughly about 90.5% of respondents, 93% agree that imposition on drug charges should not be there. There are control of price and procedures about 71 to 6%. Unfair stipulations is 66.2%. Poor paymaster by the TPA or the company is 57.2%. And this would really cause difficulties for the GPs. There are also unreasonable service charges, 52.7%, and overcharging for late claims is up to 27.4%. So these are the conditions that are really put a damper on the business for clinics. So all of this can actually be seen in the later slides. Okay, the next slide. So this is some of the survey results. It's kind of small, but basically it's what I have mentioned just now. And this can be seen later on in the video if you want to have a look at it. So a lot of people actually, they don't really need TPAs. Some are unsure, some don't feel that they need it. But looking at the statistics that I have collected, actually we do need the TPAs. So most of them do not agree with what are the stipulations by the TPAs because they feel that it's run at a loss to them. So the next slide. Okay, so this is where I have already mentioned earlier that a lot of people don't agree on the limitation set, and surprisingly, there were not actually any discussion to prior signing the contract between the two parties. So to me, this is an important fact. For question 11, the most favorable TPA, surprisingly, almost even between none are favorable and the one that they mentioned was Health Connect. It's almost similar response. There was also a statement by one of the TPAs, namely PM Care. They were mentioning that they were number one, but from these statistics, no, Health Connect has taken over that spot. Then there is, yeah, okay. So for the second one would be a close second, would be by My Care. If I don't, no, not My Care. It was by some other.
Looks like Etika.
Yeah, Etika. Etika is the second one. The third one, baru PM Care. Okay, so the rest are very negligible in amount. Most issues, if you can see on number 13, would be the controlling of prices and controlling of consultation. So it's quite high, the percentage there. Okay, the next slide. So recommendations suggested by the GPs which was also one of the questions. So most of us agree that we should have craft policies to regulate the TPAs at 73.1%. Some prefer to have a new TPA that is fairer, but in my opinion, they would create more TPAs. We already have 30 in the market, so I don't think this is really a good idea here. Discussed with existing TPAs as 88.1% of respondents didn't have prior discussion. So this is unfair and it should be addressed. And quite a number, almost 20%, as you can see, prefer to boycott the TPA. I think this was done a few years ago with AMAS, and it proved to be successful. So the next slide. This recommendations from us is actually me, Syed, and the Muda Community Health team. So one of the things that we want to talk about is develop and execute regulations on TPA to ensure that they do not overcharge. So this is by developing regulations and commissioning body made of key stakeholders. Leverage on technology and have one terminal for all TPAs, but again, this might not be feasible because it would create monopoly and each TPA is as its own separate business. Then have a limit on the charges that can be imposed by TPA, so this is part of regulation. The next slide. Sorry, the research is quite small here. Okay, set up a commission to have an oversight on all TPAs. We need the TPAs involving the GPs and private hospitals, not just by only a select few that does not represent us. Create an TPA enforcement index. This idea I pretty like because this will have ranking that we can show in clinics. We can have the worst assessment based on certain criteria. So currently, 16.5% of respondents feel that not one TPA is favorable. And those that do favor, as we saw earlier on the question 11, is that Connect Health is favorable at 34.8%, Etika at 21.9%, and PM Care at 17.9%. So the rest of the TPAs are not really favorable to GPs. Then the next one, okay, the conclusions. Number one, it requires political will. So I think everyone needs to be on board to push for this. It requires the creation and development of regulations and empowerment of questioning body. This one, obviously, we cannot do alone. We need all the people who are interested to help us, who have a stake in this endeavor. Let's work together and get this one sorted out because this issue has been so long. And recommendations may address most, if not all, issues faced to create a win-win solution for all stakeholders. So we propose that we have a committee to address this even at state or parliament level. Then that's next one. That's the last slide.
That was the last slide, yeah.
Yeah, there's another slide for Q&A. But anyway, it's basically just Q&A, and for any questions or any feedback that I think would be very timely, because I feel that it needs to be addressed. We've been having this problem for so long; it's not going anywhere.
I think it's been discussed every year, year in,
yes,
year out.
Every year.
Yeah.
So that's why I came up with the statistics, because people are saying, okay, we know this is the issue, but there's no actual statistics to show that this is what we're facing. It's just people saying on top of their head. But when we do the survey, we actually have the facts and figures to strengthen what we are saying. And we need more people to respond to the survey so that we can bring it to the next step, which is for political will.
Yeah. If you can share the link of the survey with me again, Aniza, what we'll do is we'll share the link with the doctors in our forums. So we hope to get more respondents. So there's a bigger sample size. So, there are about 7,000 GPs. So if we're talking, say, about 10% respondent means we need about 700.
700, yeah, about 700.
So we'll be sharing the link. So Aniza will pass the link. We did share earlier, but it was a short period of time only. So we can
1 month.
More. Yeah.
The thing is that I would really welcome respondents, people who can share their experiences, who can share their ideas, because it can't just be a small group of people. Like I mentioned, Dr. Raj has been talking about this 2016, 2017, but the momentum just fizzles out. Like we went to the town hall. The Menteri Kesihatan mentioned that it's just a contract between you guys and the TPAs. They angkat tangan already on that, so I don't think that's a good solution. this problem year and year on, it just mountains up. So at the end of the day, GPs are on the losing end, and ultimately the patients will also be on the losing end. So I don't think this is fair. So to get more traction, we need more respondents. We need to bring it up on social media. We need to bring it through parties like what I'm working with, Muda Wilayah. That's where I am at. So we're trying to push this across all of the states, because ultimately it has an impact on the patients.
Anybody have any feedback? Dr. Lim has a comment. An MCO Act draft was prepared in 1999.
Wow, that was very long ago. What
Yeah,
happened to that?
died in the AG's chambers, maybe.
It's stuck there.
No idea. Never. First time I heard of it. Yeah, an
Yeah.
MCO.
So did I? This is the first time also, but maybe if we can come up with that, we have a can have a revisit, because I think now is the time for action. It's not no more time for drafting. It's not more for opinion. We need the numbers. We need to bring it out there. We need a commission. We need regulations to be done already.
I think it's a problem even in America, the MCOs and so on. To the extent, I think there's movement towards a direct to patient primary care model. That means it is, no more insurance billing, MCOs and all that. Actually, it's like personalized direct primary care. I don't know whether people would feel that's the way to go. No middleman.
Yeah,
Basically, TPAs are middlemen, and
middlemen. Yes, they're middlemen.
mm. So if you're a middleman, I can't imagine how it's going to save costs, except they will cut everything, and that may
Cut
affect
left,
the
right, and
quality of care.
center. Yeah,
You
so
know,
that's why we need regulations. We need people. We need, I mean, there are doctors around. I'm sure at least from the 7,000, at least 10 people can come up with a think tank to address this issue, because I also don't agree. I'd rather not have a TPA, but well, I'm not a clinic owner, but I would still rather have the money come back to the GPs, because we're losing out on quite a lot just doing administrative, and they're taking so much of our money. So I don't think that is fair.
yeah. Dr. Lim says he was the one who drafted it, but was shelved.
No, why was it shelved? I mean, maybe we can revisit that. Maybe you can give it to my people so that we can do something from Muda point of view, because from Muda we are looking at health as one of our manifesto. Well, I'm not talking about basically politics. It's just, for me, it's a platform to get this ketengahkan benda ni. We are looking at TPAs, we're looking at health, mental health, and the other one is that we're looking at preventive health. So I took upon myself to do the TPA. So, but I'm also involved in mental health as well as the preventive care. But this is the one that's closer, that I can see that we can do something to get it done. Maybe we can
How?
revisit what Dr. Lim did.
Yeah. How do you think this will move forward? If you get more figures, what are you going to do with the data?
Basically, the data, I'm bringing the information to Muda platform, because there are also think tanks there. Because like I mentioned, part of our manifesto is healthcare, which does include the TPA, because we want to bring it to parliament at the end of the day. Because the decision, you need political willpower. At the moment, it's just us. Minister of Health dah angkat tangan, so maybe kita kena pergi ikut a different ministry, perhaps Menteri Keuangan ke, Kementerian untuk pengguna ke, because it does affect the people at large. So we have to go other pathway. Ministry of Health, I don't think they can do anything about it. They're supposed to go and help for us doctors, but with the COVID and with other things, we're being sidelined.
Yeah, they view this as a trade dispute.
Yeah.
Basically, I think it's a trade dispute, but I think there has ultimately it would be important where the focus is on the patient in terms
Yeah,
of
it's the people.
patient, the people. Yeah, I don't think any sort of system where you cut corners, cut costs, and cut until safety is compromised. And you can't do very much with a very small sum of money. Eventually, what investigations and everything can be done.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So, like someone was mentioned to me, I mean, I had a Zoom meeting with people in Muda just now. So, like, there's commissioners of oath, there's commissioners for lawyers, there are commissioners for other uh, things out there in Malaysia. So, why don't we have a commissioning or regulations for TPAs? So, that's where I feel that that's the next move forward. But to have those sort of commissions, to have those sort of regulations, we may need to table it up all the way up to Parliament, because I don't think Dr. Ahmad Baba, I mean the Minister of Health, is going to bring this up. We already know he's like a laughing stock already out there. I mean,
Yeah,
the
well,
whole of Malaysia knows that. So
better
I
not
think that's
let's forget it.
hopeless.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's forget about him. We have to go through different platforms. We have to bring it up from other ways.
Yeah. I think we continue to collect data. I think without data, also you want to present facts, kan? You need
Yeah,
data.
we
So
need
I think
more.
we should help you and your team to get the
Thank
data.
you. I would really appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Hmm. So I think the data will be used to push for change and
Yes.
hopefully change for the better. And we will post the survey link again. Maybe you share with us what other time period you want to have that
Maybe we
survey.
can give it another month,
Hmm.
because they say Parliament is going to come in August. So I like to have something prepared in hand. Yes, Muda is not registered yet, but we can maybe push it through some other political party, whoever is out there. I mean, this has been going on for so long. If I mean we
Dr.
can't
Lim
get
has
through in
another
the
comment on the
yeah.
provision in PHFSA 1998 on MCO is adequate if all doctors comply. Maybe you want to elaborate. Why do you consider it elaborate, Dr. Lim?
Yeah, that'd be great if you can elaborate on that, because I'm not even aware about that.
Anybody know?
And I mean, if like Dr. Kwan Chu Lim can elaborate further, that'd be great for the discussion. Maybe we can hear from someone on the floor.
Yeah. I think that it's quite a very big act. So to really look at the details, maybe we can discuss that in the forum itself.
That'd be great. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah. Do you think it should be something a common medical body pushing it through rather than a political body?
That's the thing. MMA pun dah brought it up, MPCM pun dah brought it up, but it just stops there. Macam you remember the town hall that we did in Putrajaya? I also
Mm.
asked questions. The minister just brushed it off. So it's not going anywhere. There are so many medical associations already, but like I said, the traction is just isn't there because there's no political will. And
Mm.
we have to address the correct ministry, not through Ministry of Health, because it's not going anywhere from there. So mungkin Kementerian Pengguna or something, whatever that has that affects the people directly. We
I
definitely
think
need
a
that.
lot of things, yeah. I think a lot of the financing of healthcare needs to be better regulated. And it seems like
Yeah.
not MCOs, but even health insurance. And actually, when you have problems like pandemic and realize that insurance is not covered when you're admitted to the private sector, and then there's hue and cry and things like that. So they
Yeah.
realize that the
Yeah.
regulations seem to be very weak and patients are not protected.
Yeah,
And
like in big hospitals, we know that some hospitals overcharge. They will just charge you until your premium finishes off. So that also needs to be regulated. So that's why I feel that some regulating body should be put up on this. Dr. Kwan Ju Lim said that don't accept if deal is unfavorable, but that's the thing. A lot of new clinics, new clinic owners, they would just take up any TPA because they don't know, or they don't have any choice. Like company X says, okay, our TPA is a company A. You don't take it, you don't get the patients. So that's why some of the GPs from the respondents feel that they just got no choice. Especially for those younger ones that baru buka klinik, nama pun tak ada, so that's going to be difficult for them nak hidup. So that's one of the things that was discussed in the survey.
I think this is Mark Gabriel. I'm not sure. Dr. Lim is referring to the prohibition of fee splitting practices in the PHFSA.
Yeah, it could be that as well. It could be because we know you're not supposed to fee splitting, but it happens rampantly. There's no enforcement on that.
Well, let's hope something can be done, and at least people are continuing the fight for a better deal for everyone, not just doctors, but
please join me, help me.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I can revisit this with better figures.
No section entry. It's about fee splitting. Yeah, and anyway, we will look at the regulations and get the data. So put up the survey again, and we hope more GPs can respond and help Dr. Aniza in collecting the hard data. Without data, you can't present to anybody. You can't present to Parliament.
It becomes very weak. So anyone who has any information, kindly share with me. I'm always contactable via WhatsApp or Telegram, or even you can email me, because all that information will be very helpful for me to have a stronger base to tell these people, look, we've got a problem, it needs to be addressed. So the previous things that have been done, like Dr. Lee mentioned, it was shelved. Maybe we can revisit that, give it to us. Maybe we have a better option right now.
Okay, so do ask away in our DOPS Telegram and Facebook group, and we'll post the survey links again. So please take note. And
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Aniza. So I think it's just to highlight this thing. So we will just probably, if there are no other comments, we can end shortly. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, take care. I will play your video one more time.
Okay.
I'll play your video one
without
more time.
Talking.
Without yeah, I think it doesn't go well if the video is playing and then somebody is
okay.
We will play the video one more time for people who have come in late. Yeah. Okay. the video is ended. And if there are no further questions, I think I'd like to thank Aniza for taking your time and sharing with us your work on the TPA. So I'll get the link from you for the survey, and
Okay.
I'll post it in the forum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So good
Okay.
night, and
Good
thank you,
night.
and see you once again. Yeah. I just want to just remind you the next CBD session will not be a talk or presentation, but it's going to be something different. We'd like to do something different, and it's going to be a journal club online, and we're going to do it not in Facebook or YouTube thing. We are going to do it in our journal club Telegram group. And the presentation, everything will be there, and the claiming of points will be there for the participants. So please join us in the Telegram. How, if you are a registered DOPS member, you're welcome to join our Telegram groups. And the way to do that, we don't simply put an invitation link, which may be abused. It is, we will add you in once we confirm you're a registered DOPS. So the way we add you in is you reach out to me in Telegram. So you look for Ketua Docs in Telegram, and then we'll add you in once we confirm your contact details in Telegram. So we'll see you there, and see you in the next one. All right. Good night. I'm going to end the broadcast now. Thank you all for watching. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, which is just look for Docs Malaysia, and please help us by subscribing and liking our videos so that it will spread amongst our colleagues. All right. Good night.